afternoon. Here I am in my backyard lab and I'm going to talk about soil compaction. So I have an old olive jar that I weighed, and the jar by itself weighs 200 grams. And with the soil in it, it weighs an additional 225 grams. So I've got about 200 grams of soil in there. So that's my mass. I'm going to then measure, and I have a comically large ruler here. I'm going to measure the height of the soil. I think I need to get level here. So, and it's not super flat. Maybe I'll flatten it down a little bit. So I think on average, it's 9.1 centimeters. So that's my volume. I'm just going to measure my volume in centimeters of height. If you really wanted to be technical, you'd measure the radius of your circle and find out the actual volume of 9.1 centimeters of height in a cylinder. But I'm just going to go by height and pretend that that's 9.1 cubic centimeters. It's not, but we're working with what we have. For low compaction, all I want you to do is shimmy it a little. So you're shaking it gently. And this might get loud, I apologize. Maybe I'll do it on my hand. So you're just giving it a little shimmy and seeing if by shaking it, it settles out a little bit. So you might have done this when you're trying to fill a container with, say, rice or salt or something, and you shimmy it a little. And you should use a dry soil, because I can see that the sides are sticking because they're wet. My soil is still field damp. I just collected it 10 minutes ago. But now that I've shooken it up a little bit, it has settled down. So that was gentle shaking, shimmying. And my new height, oh sorry, that was loud. And my new height is 7.5. So I lost over 1.5 centimeters of height. So that's a new volume, a compacted, low compaction volume. So for high compaction, you can tamp it like this. And sometimes I like to do this one first. Sometimes on your leg it works. That hasn't brought me down any. That's about the same, 7.5. You can also, I was saying earlier that you could use a wooden spoon, but I discovered the blunt end of a screwdriver works better. And you can try to compact your soil even more. And mimic someone walking on it. And that's brought me down to 6.5 centimeters. So I really haven't lost too much there, but that's my high compaction. So then you can compare your mass versus your volume and see how your bulk density changes when you have different compaction rates. And a sandy soil compacts less than a clay. If you have a soil sample that has a lot of organic matter in it, it's going to compact a lot. Organic matter compacts quite a bit. And that is all it takes for the compaction part of the lab.